So do you guys think that Logic doesn't get the respect that he deserves? I don't know, like if you guys remember when Joe Budden called him trash on multiple occasions, like said he was the absolute worst rapper ever. And I feel like there's just kind of been this narrative out there where a lot of people just talk bad about Logic. Now, I think Logic is pretty dope, pretty talented. I haven't really dug in and listened to all his albums, but what I have listened to, I've always respected his lyrical abilities and thought he was pretty nice. And but he's going through some bullshit right now. Like his label, Def Jam, is shitting on him, quite frankly, to put it blatantly. You know what I mean? They're doing this guy wrong, and he's now technically retired from the rap game. So I don't know if they're just like, hey, man, we're not respecting you. Because it's some financial things going on here. I mean, that's what labels do. Artists are always going through it with the labels. But it really sounds like they're testing his gangster, I guess, or just telling him, hey, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? On his way out the door into retirement, they're not showing him respect. And like I said, Joe Budden used to diss him. I heard a lot of people diss him, and it's like, I don't know, what is it like? Is it because people think he looks like a nerd, or I don't know, man. You guys comment and let me know your thoughts. But what's going on here is Logic just dropped his last album, No Pressure, which I didn't realize this guy dropped this many projects. I guess this is his 6th or 7th album. I know that, from staying up on, what's going on in hip hop, he does regularly drop music. He's not one of those guys with big gaps in between his albums all the time, but I just didn't realize he had put out this many projects, and I respect it too that he's retiring. He said he's basically, like, I'm over it. I did the rap thing. I made my money. I want to spend time with my family. I want to be a father. So I definitely salute that, and he's accomplished some things in the rap game, hats off to him. But getting back to this situation with Def Jam, man, they're just straight up trying to play this man on his way out the door and into retirement, like I said. Now, what's going on is he had to hop on Twitter and tweet to the label, to Def Jam, and say, listen, guys, Lil Keke, who he collaborated with on the album, the legendary Lil Keke out of Houston, pay him what he's owed for working and collaborating with me on the album. He flat out told him, guys, you guys are messing up my personal relationships with people. You're making me look bad. Pay this man. Now, a quick sidebar before we continue talking about this story here. The collaboration with Lil Keke on this album, on this No Pressure album here, is a track called Man I Is, and it samples Knocking Doors Down. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Classic track, you know what I mean? Like I said, quick sidebar here. Pimp C, rest in peace, Pimp C, the legend. As we know, Pimp C didn't hold his tongue. You know what I mean? He spoke his mind. That's what he did. And Knocking Doors Down, just such a gangster move, the way he handled that. He got all the, Southern artists together, so to speak, on the track. The Houston artists and other Southern artists. He called out, T.I. and everything, and, was telling everyone to squash their beef. Let's get together. Let's get money. Let's stop the bullshit, man. So once again, rest in peace, Pimp C. I think this is a dope idea that they sampled this track, and that Lil Keke, who really collaborated with Pimp C's on the track with them. I just find this to be dope. So get in the comments, guys, and let me know if you listen to that track. Your favorite memories of Pimp C. You guys know that legendary interview where he was going in on Jeezy and everyone and saying people were basically full of shit, don't believe this stuff these rappers say. And, one more thing I got to say about Pimp C, whenever his name comes up, I always have to put this out there. if Pimp C were alive right now, man, in the age that we live in now, where content and podcasts, especially within hip hop, I mean, just in general, everyone loves the content and podcasts and old stories, whatever you're into, whether it be sports, anything. But within hip hop, imagine if Pimp C was alive and had a podcast right now and was telling old gangster stories and telling it the truth about what was really going on and how it was, man. Like, it would be something else, you know. Like, there's a lot of conspiracies about Pimp C's passing, and, you know, the way the man didn't hold his mouth, it's not hard to believe that he wasn't a target, you know. It was always a trip, too, that he passed away in the same hotel. I don't know if it was the same hotel room. I believe it was, but it was definitely the same hotel as Belushi passed away in. But getting back to Logic, like I said, let me know if you guys listen to that Man I Is track featuring Lil Keke. I just think that's dope that they sampled Knocking Doors Down. They better did it justice, you feel me? But this label's doing him filthy. He tweets to them about Lil Keke, pay this man, you're making me look bad. You got people waiting on their money. And then on top of it, we know Kanye West went on that rant like a week ago or so, was tweeting about how the industry does all these artists filthy, you know, with the masters, the publishing, basically robs them. He responds to one of Kanye's tweets and is talking about his label. He's like, tell me about it. My label didn't pay Lil Wayne for a track, you know, for his services on a collaboration with me. We had this remix we were going to drop together. I guess the track ain't coming out now. So that's two situations. They don't want to pay Lil Keke. They don't want to pay Lil Wayne. Like, that's what I mean. Are they just looking at Logic like, man, you retired, you're done in the rap game, what are you going to do about it? And like, hey, we think you're just some nerd with glasses. Like, we got some goons that'll take care of you. I mean, I don't know. You know, we know these labels are greedy. I don't know. I've always liked Def Jam. I don't necessarily know their relationships with all the artists, but I've just always liked the Def Jam roster, like thinking about when I was growing up, like Redman, Method Man, LL, DMX, like all the artists that were on Def Jam. But Def Jam is on some bullshit here with Logic. And check this out. It gets even worse. He also recently had to get on Twitter and tweet. Now, he's also, listen to this, he's also linked up with an independent label, Visionary Music Group. So he tweets to them about his merch. Fans are getting the merch. He tweets to Visionary thinking, you know, they're the ones that got the situation with the merch. Hey, when are the fans getting their merch? They tweet back to him and say, listen, man, you got to holler at Def Jam about that. You know, so apparently Def Jam is screwing up the merch situation as well. Now, maybe really it is Visionary Music Group and they already know he's got smoke with Def Jam and Def Jam ain't paying people. So they're like, yo, we'll blame this one on Def Jam and he'll just believe it. I don't know. You know, I don't know what's really going on with them. But I mean, if they're not paying Lil Wayne, they're not paying Lil Keke, then, you know, it's no surprise then, you know, that they would be messing up the merch as well. But I don't know, man. This just seems extra grimy to me, you know. Like Logic said, you're making me look bad. He gets the legendary Lil Keke on the track. They sample Pimp C, rest in peace to the legend. They put together this track, and then the label isn't even paying Lil Keke for it. Like, that's foul, man. They're really testing Logic here. And I don't know, like I was saying earlier in the video, I've always felt like people, not just Joe Budden, you know, like I said numerous times, he called Logic the worst and trash and just spoke down on him. And maybe Joey's the one that got it going, but I just feel like a lot of people within hip-hop talk foul about Logic and don't show him any respect. So I don't know. You guys get in the comments. Is Logic just looked at, like I said, this nerd of hip-hop and people feel they can just treat him however? I mean, what do you guys think? Also, let me know what your guys' thoughts were about everything I said about Pimp C, them sampling this track, if Pimp C were still alive. And what do you think about Logic retiring? Let's talk about it all in the comments. You guys know how I do on this channel. Thanks for tuning in. Any new viewers out there, do me the solid, guys. Take that quick moment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. I love bringing you guys this content. I love talking with you guys in the comments, interacting on the live streams, all that. That's what this channel is all about. So just do me that solid. It's free. Sub to the channel, hit the notification bell. We also bring you sports content and current events and much more on the channel. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here, man. Peace.